All right, let's get straight to it. There's a ticking time bomb at the heart of cryptocurrency. And no, it's not some bug or a clever hack. It's a fundamental flaw baked right into the math that's supposed to keep your assets safe. And a new kind of machine is being built for one purpose: to exploit it.
Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't a simple coding error you can just patch up. It's a weakness in the cryptography itself, almost like a hidden backdoor. A backdoor that, right now, is impossible to open, but quantum computers are being designed to pick that exact lock. The moment one of them comes online, every exposed wallet becomes a potential target. So today, we're going to lay out the blueprint for the perfect crime. So, to understand the heist, first, you've got to understand the target. Imagine current crypto security is like the world's most advanced bank vault, but it has a secret design flaw, one that's been hiding in plain sight, right from the very beginning. At its core, the way your wallet works is actually pretty simple. Your public key, think of that like a mail slot on your front door. Anyone can see it, anyone can drop crypto into it. But your private key, well, that's the actual key to the mailbox. It's the only thing that lets you open it up and take your funds out. If someone else gets their hands on that key, it's game over. They own everything. Now, the whole security system, the whole thing, hangs on this one mathematical trick. It's called ECDLP, and it's basically a one-way street. It's super easy to create your public key from your private one, but it's designed to be practically impossible to go the other way. For a normal computer, trying to guess your private key from your public one would literally take billions of years, longer than the universe has been around. And this is a perfect way to think about it. Every single time you send crypto, your public key gets broadcast for everyone to see. It's kind of like posting a picture of your combination lock's shadow online. With the computers we have today, nobody can look at that shadow and figure out the combination. Not a chance. Your lock is completely safe. And that right there, that is the billion-dollar question. What happens when a new kind of tool comes along that doesn't have to guess the combination, a tool that can just look at the shadow and calculate the answer? Which brings us to our master key. And this isn't some far-off science fiction either. The blueprint for this thing has been around for decades. So meet the key itself, Shor's algorithm. Way back in 1994, a mathematician named Peter Shor came up with an algorithm designed for a quantum computer. And its very specific purpose? To crack the exact kind of math problems, like ECDLP, that secure pretty much the entire internet, including all of crypto. He literally designed the key before the lock was even a big deal. So how on earth does it work? Well, a regular computer tries to open a lock by brute force, testing every single combination, one by one by one. It's slow. A quantum computer plays a totally different game. It uses the weird rules of quantum mechanics to look at all the possibilities at once. It's not guessing. It's basically calculating the answer directly. It's a fundamental cheat code for this type of math. And this isn't just a theory. We know the specs. To run Shor's algorithm and crack a standard Bitcoin private key, we know exactly what you need. You need a machine with about 2,330 stable, error-corrected, logical qubits. Now, those are the really powerful, reliable processing units. It takes thousands of the more fragile physical qubits just to build them. But that number, 2,330, that is the size of the master key. And believe me, the race to build it is on. The theory was set back in '94. Right now, today, labs all over the world are in an absolute frenzy to build a machine with enough of those stable qubits. And the best forecasts from government agencies, from tech giants, they all point to the same window. A machine powerful enough to break crypto could arrive somewhere between 2030 and 2035. The clock is ticking, loud.
Okay, so we've got the target, we've got the master key. Now let's walk through the mission plan. This is how the heist would go down, step by step, in real time. Here it is, the 5-step plan. Step 1, target. An attacker just scans the public blockchain looking for any wallet that's ever sent funds. Step 2, extract. Once they find one, they just copy the public key. It's sitting right there in the transaction data, plain as day. Step 3, compute. This is the moment of truth. They feed that public key into their quantum computer, and in minutes, not years, minutes, it spits out the private key. After that, it's all over. Step 4, reconstruct. They use that stolen key to make a perfect clone of your wallet. And the final step, step 5, drain. They transfer every single thing you own out of that wallet before you even have a clue you've been hit. And here's the crazy part. The targets are already lined up. Right now, today, there are over 4 million Bitcoin addresses out there, whose public keys are permanently burned into the blockchain forever. They're holding who knows how much value, and they are, for all intents and purposes, just sitting ducks waiting for this quantum master keys to be finished. And this leads to a really chilling strategy that governments and hackers are almost certainly already doing. It's called harvest now, decrypt later. What it means is they don't even need a quantum computer today. All they have to do is scrape and store all the public transaction data they can find. They're basically photographing every single lock shadow in the city, building a giant database, because they know that in a few years, they'll have the key to open every last one of them. So just how bad is this vulnerability? Let's take a look across the crypto world and assess the real damage. See who's really living on borrowed time. All right, take a look at this breakdown. This isn't just some theory. For older legacy Bitcoin wallets and for standard Ethereum wallets, the risk is high. That's because every single time you send a transaction, you expose your public key forever. Now, some newer Bitcoin address types are a little better. They keep the key hidden until you spend from it for the first time. But even then, at that moment, you're vulnerable. The only projects that are truly safe are the ones like QRL or IOTA that were literally designed from day one to be quantum resistant. And, this really gets us to the uncomfortable truth in all of this. The cryptography that Bitcoin is built on, it was absolutely brilliant for 2009. It sparked a revolution. But it was designed for a world of classical computers. It just wasn't built to survive in a post-quantum world. So, the big question isn't whether this threat is real. Oh, it's real. The real question is whether this massive decentralized world of crypto can get its act together and upgrade its most basic security before these machines arrive and the heist begins. And that, well, that's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it?